Have you ever wondered why your cat follows one person around the house, sleeps on their bed, and gives them all the cuddles, while ignoring everyone else? Cats are incredibly selective. They don't just bond with anyone. They fall in love with a certain kind of person, someone whose energy speaks the same silent language they do. And once they find that person, the connection is deep, unshakable, and full of hidden meaning. In this video, you're going to discover 10 rare types of people cats absolutely adore, and why. Not just the obvious stuff you've heard before. These are deep, surprising, and completely original insights that will make you say, "That's exactly how my cat acts with me." So if you've ever wanted to know what kind of human cats truly love, or if you want to become that person in your cat's life, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell. Because what you're about to hear could completely change the way you see your relationship with your cat. This is going to be heartwarming, eye-opening, and honestly a little magical. Number 1. The soft-eyed human. Cats fall in love with people who look at them with slow, calm, and unthreatening eyes. This doesn't just mean someone who avoids staring them down. It's someone whose gaze feels gentle, as if they're saying, "I see you, and I mean no harm." Have you ever noticed your cat giving you a slow blink, almost like it's falling asleep while looking at you? That's not drowsiness. It's a sign of complete trust. Cats instinctively read eye contact as a threat, so when someone naturally softens their gaze, it speaks volumes. This kind of person doesn't force affection, doesn't make the cat feel like it's under a microscope. Instead, they let the cat approach on its own terms. And when they do make eye contact, it's like a warm hug without touching. Cats don't love intensity, they love subtlety, and the soft-eyed human makes them feel safe just by being near. Number 2. The predictable presence. Cats don't just love people who feed them or play with them, they love people who are consistent. The predictable presence is someone who moves in familiar rhythms, who doesn't startle them with sudden energy shifts, who becomes part of the furniture, but in the best way possible. This person doesn't rush into a room with chaotic energy. Instead, they bring a calm, steady vibe that tells the cat, "You can trust this moment, just like the last." Imagine someone who always wakes up around the same time, has a quiet routine, maybe settles into a cozy chair with a book every evening. That kind of reliability creates a silent bond with cats. It's like the person is an anchor in a world that changes too fast. And for cats, creatures that depend on routine to feel emotionally stable, that kind of human is pure gold. The predictable presence doesn't need to chase the cat naturally gravitates to them, curling up nearby like a satellite locking into orbit. Number 3. The whisper talker. Cats don't like noise. They live in a world of whispers, the rustle of leaves, the soft click of claws on tile, the distant chirp of a bird. That's why they're drawn to people who speak softly and move with care. The whisper talker doesn't shout across the house or use baby talk in a high pitch. Instead, they talk to the cat like it's a friend sitting beside them in a library. Their voice has a rhythm that soothes rather than excites. Even when they're not talking to the cat directly, their volume and tone naturally fit the cat's preferred soundtrack. Quiet, low, non-invasive. These people are also mindful in how they move. Slow, smooth, never stomping or flailing. Cats are always watching, always listening, and the whisper talker earns their affection by matching the cat's sensory world. In return, the cat might choose them as the person it talks to most, chirping, meowing, even purring during conversations only the two of them understand. Number 4. The warm-hearted observer. Cats fall for people who notice things others miss. The warm-hearted observer isn't the loudest in the room. They're the one who sees the little things. The flick of a tail when the cat's annoyed, the way its ears tilt back when it's had enough petting, or how it sits just a bit closer each day. This kind of person doesn't impose. They wait, they notice, they understand without needing to speak. And for a cat, that's magic. Because cats are all about subtlety. They don't wear their emotions on their fur like dogs do. You have to read between the movements. The observer does this naturally. Maybe they notice when the cat's sitting by an empty bowl and quietly refill it without fanfare. Or they sense when the cat is overstimulated and back off, no questions asked. This silent understanding builds something rare: trust. Cats know who pays attention without needing attention themselves, and they reward that with affection you can't earn any other way. Number 5. The peaceful island. Some people just carry calm inside them, and cats are like emotional radar for this kind of energy. The peaceful island is that one person in the house who seems untouched by the chaos. Their voice is steady. Their breathing is even. They're not in a rush, and even when things go wrong, they don't explode. Cats love this because they crave emotional safety. A peaceful island is like a hammock for a cat's nervous system. When the world feels loud and unpredictable, this person becomes a living safe zone. You might see a cat that normally hides under the couch climb into this person's lap. Not because of anything they did, but because of who they are. Their calm isn't forced, it's real. And cats can tell the difference. The peaceful island doesn't chase or coax. They just exist in a way that makes the cat want to come closer, curl up, and stay longer than they ever have before. Number 6. The soul mirror. There's a rare kind of person who matches the cat's emotional tone so perfectly. It's like they share a quiet language. The soul mirror isn't just calm or patient. They feel what the cat feels. When the cat is playful, they join in with just the right amount of energy. When it's tired or scared, they automatically slow down. They don't copy the cat, they tune in. And cats feel it instantly. You'll see it when a cat chooses to nap beside someone they barely know, or when it stares into their eyes longer than usual. The soul mirror doesn't try to understand the cat, they just do. And because cats are highly emotional creatures, far more than people think, they're drawn to this resonance. It's not about training or tricks. It's about shared rhythm, a feeling that says, you and I are the same kind of quiet. That connection is so deep, it's almost spiritual. And once a cat finds their mirror, they rarely let go. Number 7. The gentle jester. Contrary to popular belief, cats do love to laugh, in their own way. That's why they're secretly drawn to people who bring lightness into the room. The gentle jester doesn't make noise to be funny. Their humor is soft, their energy playful. Their presence makes the air feel less heavy. Maybe they play peekaboo with the cat around corners or gently slide a pen across the floor just to see what happens. They're not loud clowns. They're warm-hearted goofballs who bring curiosity and play. Cats love this kind of person because it makes the world feel less serious. And while cats may seem aloof, they're actually incredibly silly when they're comfortable. They just need the right person to unlock that side, and the gentle jester does it without trying. They bring out the kitten in the cat. And that bond, fueled by laughter and lightness, is one of the most joyful loves a cat can offer. Number 8. The respectful distance keeper. Sometimes, love means knowing when not to come close. The respectful distance keeper understands boundaries in a way that cats deeply respect. They don't reach for the cat every time it walks by. They don't insist on cuddles or force affection. They simply let the cat be. And ironically, that's exactly what draws the cat in. This kind of person is like a room with open windows, inviting but not demanding. And for a cat, that freedom is everything. It's how they test trust. If you can sit near them without touching, speak softly without calling, wait without expecting, then you're someone they can feel safe with. And that safety turns into affection over time. The distance keeper becomes a kind of emotional home base. Not the center of attention, but the person the cat seeks out when it finally decides, I'm ready. And when that moment comes, the love is deep, lasting, and entirely on the cat's terms. Number 9. The silent companion. There's a beautiful kind of person who just sits with a cat. No phones, no distractions, no agenda. The silent companion. They don't need the cat to do anything. They're just there, present, still. And cats notice this more than anyone else in the room. The silent companion becomes like a warm, breathing piece of the environment. A tree that doesn't move in the wind. A presence that fills space without invading it. This kind of person is the cat's favorite in quiet moments. The late nights, the rainy afternoons, the stretches of stillness where connection doesn't need words. Sometimes the cat lays next to them. Sometimes it just watches them from across the room. But the bond is real, built not on action, but on shared silence. In a world full of noise and busyness, the silent companion becomes sacred. And for cats, who find peace in the quiet, this person is everything. Number 10. The emotionally honest one. Cats have an uncanny ability to detect emotional truth. They can feel it in your energy, your breathing, even in the way you walk. That's why they gravitate toward people who are emotionally honest, not the happiest, not the calmest, but the realist. The emotionally honest, one might be sad sometimes, or anxious, or tired, but they don't fake it. They're genuine, grounded, and they allow themselves to just be. Cats love that because they never pretend either. They don't fake affection, they don't hide moods, and they certainly don't lie. So when they find a human who's emotionally open, who doesn't wear a mask, they feel safe. This person becomes someone the cat can connect with in an authentic way. Maybe the cat curls up on their lap when they're having a rough day, or sits quietly beside them during a moment of grief. It's not about comfort, it's about truth. And when that's shared between a human and a cat, it's one of the deepest forms of love there is. At the end of the day, cats don't love people for what they do. They love people for who they are. They see past the surface. They ignore the loudest voice in the room. And they quietly drift toward the person who makes them feel safe, seen, and free. You can't trick a cat into loving you. You can't bribe them with toys or win them over with constant attention. Their love is subtle, sacred, and entirely on their terms. But when a cat chooses you, truly chooses you, it's not random. It means they see something in you that speaks to their quiet world. Calm, kindness, honesty, or softness. And when that connection is made, it's not just affection. It's a bond. A silent understanding that says, out of everyone here, you're the one I trust. So if a cat curls up beside you, follows you from room to room, or simply stares at you with half-closed eyes, you're not just liked. You're loved. And in the world of cats, there's no greater honor. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to like it. We'll see you in the next video.